Everybody knows that if you surf the web long enough, you'll see some pretty sick shit. This is especially true if you intentionally dwell into the dark underbelly of the internet. I've seen quite a few things I don't care to admit to, but one thing that I've always remembered is a site called normalpornfornormalpeople.com. The first strange thing about the site was that I didn't find it by actually looking for it. It was emailed to me by someone I didn't know. The email was as follows. Hi there. Found this site is very nice through you might like normalpornfornormalpeople.com. Pass it on for the good of mankind. Pretty standard issue chain letter, though the URL in the last remark piqued my curiosity. It was having a very boring day when I got this, so I made sure my antivirus was working and then clicked on it. It was very average, very generic looking site. It gave the impression that the creator just barely gave a shit about making it look professional. The author seemed to have a very tenuous grasp on English, and on the front page was a very long, boring, and incoherent rant that I don't remember or have saved. The site had a strange tagline, which even today people haven't figured out the meaning of, which was Normal Porn for Normal People, a website dedicated to the eradication of abnormal sexuality. And from the sound of that, I wasn't sure whether I was here to watch porn or if I had stumbled onto some kind of ingenuous program. But I was here now, and I was very, very curious to see what normal people got their socks off to. So I scrolled down through the rant and nothing. The page didn't seem to link to anywhere else, and I was about to leave when I noticed every word of the rant was on its own hyperlink. So I clicked on one of them and was sent to a white page with a very long list of links in the form of normalpornfornormalpeople.com with a bunch of random letters. So I stopped for a minute and asked myself if I really wanted to waste God knows how much time clicking every link that will likely give me a virus that will rape my computer. I figured I'd just try it for maybe 5 minutes just to see if anything came up. I clicked one of the links and was sent to another page. This page apparently had totally different URLs than the last one. I was just about ready to say fuck this when I clicked on the third link and a video download came up. It was called peanut.avi. It was a 30-minute video of a man, a woman, and a dog in the kitchen. The woman would make peanut butter sandwich and the man would sit in front of the dog to eat. This was all that happened for 30 minutes. It was obvious that the cameraman had stopped filming and waited until the dog was ready to eat again. The dog seemed rather sick by the end of it. I know what you're thinking. What the hell does that have to do with porn? I have no clue. I've seen a little over 24 videos of the site, and the majority had no sexual activity at all. After watching peanut.avi, I went on a certain image board I frequent to play online show and tell, like I always do with the weird shit like this. But someone had already made a thread about it. Some guy who had received the same chain letter I did. The image board thread got lots of people with nothing better to do than dig around the site and just show it, and that's how I saw other videos. Most of these 24 videos were very uneventful and consisted of people talking to the camera in a room with nothing in it but a desk and a few chairs. I mean, literally nothing on the walls or in terms of furniture. The whole room had a very cold, sterile feel to it. The conversations were just idle banter about previous jobs or embarrassing childhood moments. I kept expecting some kind of discussion about what people were filming or what the site was about, but of course, nothing. You would never have known these videos had anything to do with porn if you had saw it out of context. I will say one thing though, the people who appeared in these videos were quite attractive. However, the other videos that actually did feature content, which I suppose would be called sexual, is where it gets weird. I'll give a brief description of the strange videos. If you're really eating up with curiosity, you could try and hunt them down on a Tourette site. lickedclean.avi. A 10-minute video filmed by a hidden camera in which you see a repairman working on a washing machine for the first 2 minutes. When it's fixed, the repairman talks to the owner briefly and then leaves. The owner checks to make sure the repairman is gone and begins to lick all over the top of the washing machine. This goes on for 7 minutes. Jimbo.avi. A 5-minute video of an obese mime performing his act. It was actually pretty funny, particularly one part where he pretends to pull up a chair, then pretends that it breaks because of his weight. In the last 30 seconds of the video, the camera cuts to static briefly and cuts back to the man sobbing quietly, still wearing miming outfit and makeup, some kind of obscure fetish. dianna.avi. 4-minute video in which the cameraman talks to the woman in a room different from the interview room. This room looks like you'd find in a normal person's house. Exactly where there is never specified, as Dianna only talks about her violin playing. She obviously plays her violin, but she keeps getting distracted by something. I didn't notice this until someone on the image board thread pointed it out. But if you look at the mirror in the background, you can see a fat man in a chicken mask masturbating. Jessica.avi. Another 4-minute cameraman video. This time he's outside a house talking to another younger woman. They talk about canoe rides. The camera zooms out to reveal the city street behind them occasionally. The strange thing is, no one so far has been able to identify where the street is. Guesses have ranged everywhere from Europe to Australia to the Philippines, but there are yet to be a match for the street down to the video. Tongue-tied.avi. 10-minute video. The first 5 minutes consist of an elderly woman making out with a mannequin. The video cuts out like it did in jimbo.avi halfway through. The scene is now a group of mannequins huddled together in a circle around the camera. The lights have been dimmed and the elderly woman is nowhere to be found. From this point on, there is no sound. Stumps.avi. 5-minute long video where a man with no legs is attempting to break dance on the DDR mat in what looks like a kitchen where peanut.avi, but much dirtier. There's a radio playing music in the background, but it stops at the 4-minute mark where the man collapses on the mat in exhaustion. He breathes heavily and pleads with someone off camera to let him rest. This off-screen person becomes terrifyingly enraged and yells at him to keep dancing, which he does. You can hear this off-screen person begin to scream as the video ends abruptly. Privacy.avi. The woman from dianna.avi is masturbating on a mattress in the interview room, while the man from stumps.avi walks around on his hands while wearing some kind of goblin mask. The door in this room has been closed in other videos, but is now open. In this video, the only light is in the room, and the hallway is very dark. Near the end of the video, you can see an animal quickly run through the hallway, and finally, the rest of the video was uncovered. Useless.avi. In this 18-minute video, a blonde woman from one of the previous videos is tied down to a mattress in the interview room. She attempts to scream, but her mouth is taped over. After 7 minutes, a man in a black suit and mask opens the door, but he does not enter. He holds the door open for the animal that was running in the hall in the previous video. It's revealed to be an adult chimpanzee, its hair shaved and its entire body painted red. When the chimpanzee enters the room, the masked man closes the door behind it. The chimpanzee sniffs the air for a moment, it might have been blind, and notices the woman tied to the mattress. It goes into a frenzy and begins to maul her. The assault goes on for a grueling 7 minutes until the woman finally dies. The chimp eats flesh from her corpse for 4 minutes as the video ends. The thread exploded with activity after the video was uncovered, the people discussing it long into the night. When I came back to the image board the next day, I found the thread was deleted. I tried to start another one and they banned me. I tried emailing the guy who sent the chain letter with the site's URL, sent him 5 messages and never got a response. I tried to discuss the website on various places and I got banned frequently. The site itself was also deleted about 3 days after this useless.avi was uncovered, likely because someone contacted authorities about it. The only proof that normal porn for normalpeople.com ever existed was a few screen caps people took from it, and videos from the site that people saved and uploaded on torrents. The most popular which being useless.avi, which found its way onto a few gore sites. Wherever you upload them to, all of the videos from normal porn for normalpeople.com get all deleted after a while.